Aditi, you mentioned that application was an equally important step in the whole MBA admissions journey. So how did you go about the application? What were things that worked for you, and what would you suggest other people?
I was totally lost when I was like researching colleges and looking at their applications. But I think when I contacted you and the questionnaire that you shared with, I don't know how many questions, around like 30, 40 questions or even more, they really probed me to think, and they helped me capture the key elements in my life. So I think that's very important, getting your story repository correct and really documenting everything that has happened in your life, because then somehow they play a key role in your story, in your overall brand that you like showcase to the college. And well, you helped me stitch my story well together, so I think that really helped.
Yeah, in a career of 3 or 4 years, you actually go through so many things that it's very important to sync it up together and have a very clear and a crisp strategy that you want to present. So
Right.
that's where I think the questionnaire helps you to get started and put everything down at one place, and that's the main the initial step for this.
Right.
Okay, and you interviewed with NUS as well as ISB. So how was the interview experience, and what are some important parts in the preparation?
So my NUS interview was a 20-minute long interview. There were two people in the panelists. One was from the career services team and the other one was an adcom. It was a pretty decent interview. It was mostly conversational, and they asked me questions around why MBA, why NUS, then what are your post MBA goals, then tell me about the worst day that you had in your like office in Accenture. Then it was very conversational. They do not grill you at all. You don't even feel like it's an interview. And for ISB, I had a 40-minute interview, and there were three people in the panelists. All three of them were alums. And my ISB interview mainly revolved around the work experience. So they were very interested in knowing what I had done in KPMG, what I had done in Accenture, how was it different, where did I fail, where did I succeed, what were the parameters, why did I fail, and what were the learnings. So it was, I would say, 95% of my ISB interview was around work experience. And while preparing for the interview, I would suggest future candidates to really go through their applications. They should be very thorough with what they've written in their essays, in their resume, even things like hobbies, interests. And apart from your application, you should have two, three pointers which you haven't mentioned, but you can tell them as stories or anecdotes during the interview.
Right. In terms of summarizing some do's and don'ts for future applicants, what would be your suggestions on that?
For those, I would suggest that first get GMAT out of the way as soon as possible. Don't fret on the score. Second would be to start on your application as soon as possible so that you're able to meet round one, round two deadlines. And third would be to just be authentic. Do not try to act over smart, and portray what you've done well so that it captures the key highlights of your overall journey, like professional as well as personal. With respect to don'ts, I would say uh, do not, and I'm stressing on this because I did this myself, don't focus on your GMAT score too much. Second would be please don't use platforms such as ChatGPT or Google Gemini to help write your essays. Be authentic to yourself.